What's cracking YouTube? It's your boy Moses, aka Nomo. We got a new episode of the Lit Outlet Podcast. I got a couple of my friends here. Why don't you guys go ahead and introduce yourselves?
Hi, my name is Roger. I'm the owner of Mr. Menudo Oficial out in the city of Compton, and this is
Celine.
So we got Mr. Menudo Oficial here in the building.
Yeah.
We want to go ahead and welcome him to the podcast first and foremost. Thanks for coming in. We definitely see you guys grinding and hustling on Instagram. You guys are doing big, major things in our community. First and foremost, why don't you guys tell the people where you guys are located and where you guys are from?
Well, we're located out in the city of Compton.
That's right.
CPT, baby. We're at 15323 Atlantic Avenue in the city of Compton. We're there located every Saturday and Sunday, 8 o'clock in the morning. And you got to go get your meals right there, man. Best menudo in town, guaranteed.
That's right. You guys have definitely made a splash in the food pop-up business, making some big major moves. First, let's explain, like, for those who don't know, what is menudo and what makes your menudo special from other people's menudo?
What makes our menudo special, that's very unique, very traditional. This is a recipe that's been around my family for 67 years.
Wow.
Yeah, it's a good recipe. It was my grandmother's recipe, but then was passed over to my father, and then it's been it has been perfected by us, me and my father. My fiance here, Celine, is actually another focal part of the business. Without her, I wouldn't be where I'm at now. She's the one that actually tallies everything, does the inventory, and make sure that everything's up to par. And maybe she could actually elaborate a little bit more about what she does for the business.
Well, pretty much I help Mr. Menudo as much as I can. I try to oversee a lot of the merchandise to ensure we have enough of all our supplies, ensure that all our advertising is perfect, our setup out in our pop-up stand, ensure that clients are greeted properly and just nice the way we generally like to be. And overall we just make it work.
Yeah, we make it work. It's a great atmosphere. I recommend you guys to get down there. It's like you're eating with family, like if you're eating with your grandma and your father. That's the place to be, man. Compton, we are there, and we are there to stay.
Definitely.
Right.
Now, one of the things I've noticed is you guys are selling out very quickly. So this is not one of the places where you can just pop in at 1 p.m., 12 p.m. Like, it's not one of those places. Yeah. You got to get there. And as soon as you guys open, there's a long-ass line. You know what I'm saying? So, like, definitely, if you guys are going to go check it out, make sure you get there early. You guys open around what time?
We open at 8 o'clock in the morning. We do suggest to get there early. I suggest you guys to go Saturday as it's not as busy, but try to get there early because there's a line and there's a lot of people.
Yeah,
a lot
definitely.
Of people,
And I always see the people in the line will have like their pots.
Yes.
Yeah.
So bring your pot, and then they'll be able to fill your pot, right? Depending on how big it is as far as price.
Exactly. Yeah, they can fill your pot, and in that menudo we have, it's so amazing because my dad has a secret sauce. That's something that I cannot share. He has 25 years of making.
Can't give you too many secrets.
Menudo. Yeah, can't give too many secrets.
Can't give it all away. Talk a little bit more about your dad a little bit more. Where is he from? Where's this specific type? Is menudo like, does every state in Mexico have their own menudo, or menudo comes from a certain state?
So the menudo, it's actually from each state. Everybody actually cooks it differently.
Okay.
I know that Sinaloa has the white menudo. Michoacan has red menudo. Zacatecas has red menudo.
And that's where this one's from. This
is from Zacatecas, Mexico. Yeah, it is. But we also incorporate a little bit of Sinaloa because my fiance is from Sinaloa.
That's
people
right.
from Sinaloa love that stuff. We have chili chipitin, and she needs to have that.
Mm-hmm.
And so every state has a different menudo. Ours is red. We also, what makes it unique is the fact that we bring in the best of the best. We import chile from Zacatecas, Mexico. That's something that really nobody does here. That's what makes it really homemade and really traditional. That's why I believe we don't have no competition when it comes to that, because nobody's doing that. And I was able to find somebody to export it in, and also the way I import the actual meat that comes from Fresno. That's not sold here either. I have an importer that brings in from Fresno, and these are all VO cows, which are little baby cows. So you know that the meat's gonna be nice and tender,
right?
And it's not gonna be hard or anything. So it's very unique. It's what it's called now. It's not called USDA Prime beef tripe. So you're getting the
So it's
best.
high quality beef.
High quality beef.
Now I've been there to actually taste it, and yeah, man, it has like a very specific, very clean, very crisp. Like you could taste every single
That's
ingredient in there.
Yeah.
It's not like the old, like a lot of us kind of grow up sometimes. Is depending on if your grandma is in the same household as you, but some of us grow up off the one that the can you crack open and microwave, or you boil it for like 10 minutes.
Yeah.
This doesn't even come close to that. Like
No.
I the
No.
first spoonful, I was like, holy shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that was before I put chile. That was before I put oregano or anything.
Right.
So it was really, really good. You could definitely taste it. And you guys already have some very high like recognition and accolades already. You guys were mentioned in the LA Times, right?
Yeah, we were
right.
actually mentioned in the LA Times. This was back in March. We're barely 3 weeks into business.
Wow, that's crazy.
and
That's
we
gotta be
got-
like a world record right there.
Yeah, man, I guess it was. And I don't know where we just got hit up on night. Somebody reached out to me, and then next thing you know, they were there the next weekend. His name was Hadley. Great, amazing person. He went out to the actual stand and gave it a try with his wife.
That's right.
And he gave it a try, and the next thing you know, he sent over the photographer like an hour after. So Ali Times was there taking pictures and getting interviews. He also mentioned to me that this is the best menudo he ever had, and he eats a lot of menudo. His wife's from Russia, and they love all that kind of weird, different type of meats.
Beef and
beef
stews
and
and soups.
tripa and all that different
Yeah,
stuff.
yeah.
So he told me like nothing tops yours. So that's why we're gonna actually promote you. We're gonna put you on the LA Times website, and we're gonna put you on the actual newspaper, because a lot of businesses don't make it to the newspaper. They just
Right.
make it to the actual website. And we were privileged. And as you can see right here on this frame that we have right here,
Yeah.
Yeah, you guys
the
got it
LA
framed
Times
up.
frame right there,
That's dope.
and we
Sent
got
by the LA Times, by the
sent
way.
by
They sent it to you
Yeah,
guys?
Yes.
yeah, that's
Wow.
that comes
Yeah.
directly from them.
Yeah, directly from there. It was an honor, and we keep on working hard, and people might think it's easy. It's not. We
It's a lot of hard
do
work.
a lot of hard work. Endless nights. We go to sleep 2 or
Yes.
3 in the morning, wake up the next day and get ready for the next day. But hard work pays off,
It
Let's
does.
talk a little bit about the process. Maybe you guys can both talk about is where like how long does it take to really make that whole pot of menudo per pot? Like how many hours, man time, shopping and chopping stuff up.
Okay, so maybe hours and time we put in is probably like 12 to 15 hours we've got to put in.
Yeah.
Like going to the grocery, buying the actual like ingredients and things like that. But the fact that I was a butcher back then, I used to work for a couple of businesses so I'm able to cut up and clean the beef tripe really good,
Yeah.
because it comes from a cow, so you got to make sure it's nice and clean.
That's a big factor, actually. That's why a lot of people steer off of menudo. Like a lot of people say, "Oh, I don't like that." Immediately, people will say, it smells," or I could see like the grease or the fat on the top of the
soup, right?
The
like
soup,
it's floating around. Yeah.
And that's because a lot of people don't actually clean it right. It's a process. You can't just, maybe our grandma and our grandpa buy it from the local grocery store, but in our case, when you buy it at the actual local store, you still have to get home and take off all that fat, scrub it, literally like scrub it with special knives and tools that we use to remove all that fat, so that way it does not taste fat. You don't taste it in your mouth when you're actually eating it. You actually have the taste of what the actual meat is. So
Yeah.
that's a big secret as
Wow.
well. Yeah, we actually that's why it takes so many hours to make it, because we take the time, and we take pride in that, because it's the aftermath. When you see all that coming out, you're like, oh wow, like this is what makes the big difference in that flavor.
Definitely.
Yeah.
It does.
That's really cool. That's really. I mean, I think it's one of those things where you can taste the love.
Oh, yeah.
When you taste
Yeah.
it, you know what I mean.
We genuinely, every time we have that big pot and it's boiling, and we're like, all right, let's give it a try. And when it comes out, we're like, yes, it's right on. It's on point.
Yeah.
And it's exciting. It's exciting when we feel like, okay, we nailed one more pot. Like,
Yeah.
it's just getting to the point where it's becoming, a no-brainer for all of us. And even for us as, first generation, Mexican Americans, it's like we want to keep it going. Keep
Yeah.
it going. We have kids, and we want them to know what menudo is, and not be like, oh no, it's that stinky, soup. No, it's actually something really tasty. Just give it a try.
Yeah. give
But
it a
you have to try the right one, though.
Exactly, the right one, because I have actually people that come and like, oh, I don't need menudo. Next thing you know, they take 3 to 4 bowls.
Yeah.
So I'm
That's
being
true.
honest.
We've had that so
we
many
had that.
times, and I'm
like,
like,
oh,
right
mi
on.
niño no quiere poquito, no quiere menudo, no quiere. Okay, he gets a little soup, a little spoonful of it, and that's it. got them.
Yeah.
And you'll
Hooked.
take some to go, you know.
That's
So
crazy.
that's crazy, man.
I
That's
mean,
really good.
speaking about love and stuff like that, you guys are getting even more love, which is still blowing my mind. Like, you guys were on Ryan Seacrest's Kiss FM, dude. Like when I heard that you were gonna be on there, I'm like, how the hell? Is he LA Times? I'm like, damn, LA Times. The first 3 weeks, that's big. Then Ryan Seacrest above that, like right after.
Yeah.
Talk about how was it? It was over the phone, like a phone conference kind of thing.
Yeah,
interview?
it was actually a phone interview. They did they did an phone interview with me. It was like on a Tuesday, I believe. But the way I actually got to Ryan Seacrest was actually one of his fellow coworkers actually tried our food, and from that day forward, she goes every other weekend. So she reached out to me and she said, "You know what, Roger? I can't make it this week, but I got something better for you. Like, are you interested in actually having a phone interview with Ryan Seacrest?" And I'm like, yeah, why not? Let's get it right.
And just for those who don't know who Ryan Seacrest is, he's like the creator of like the Kardashians.
Yes.
Like he was on American Idol, like the original host. Like this guy is big time. Like national syndicated, like TV, radio host. Like this is big time radio.
Yeah, big time radio. Yeah, I think they're the most heard radio station in Los Angeles, I believe.
Yeah.
So yeah, it
Big
was
time.
great talking to him, and I was able to actually deliver some menudo to them too. So they tried it and they loved it. You
Nice.
know, it was great. It was a good interview. Patty Rodriguez was the one that
Shout out to Patty.
shout out to
That's
Patty
right.
Rodriguez.
Thank you,
She helped us out. She was really proud of me. I believe my fiance was crying a little bit because she heard that she was talking about my family
Yeah.
and how I work hard and I hustle and I took the hustle to the next game. You know, and
Yeah.
me being from East LA, that's nothing new to me. You know, we have to be like that.
Yeah, man.
Born and raised in East LA, you already know.
You know how that goes. Yeah, you have no choice. But if you're from East LA, man, you have no choice but to get a job and then have a side hustle.
Yeah,
Yeah.
It's like a
exactly.
natural thing to do because, you know,
Exactly.
being like you guys said, like first generation Mexican Americans, like we know the stories about our parents or grandparents crossing the border and coming over here for the American dream and stuff like that. And then when you finally find something that you're good at and you want to, like, you know, give it your all. And you guys are definitely doing that.
Thank you. Yeah, man, we
Yeah, you
are.
guys are
It's a
killing
lot
it
of hard
right
work.
now.
Yeah, a lot of hard work. You know, it's a lot of hard work.
I know you guys are just starting. Like, how long has it been? How many months technically have you guys been open?
Technically, it's been only a month and like 2 weeks, I believe.
Really?
Yeah, I kickstarted this in February 27th, I believe so. I kickstarted it just because in need, man. I was like, I just needed it. I need to do something.
Yeah.
You needed more. You would
needed
say,
more,
I
yeah.
want more.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh, what are you going to do now? And it's like, no, I got this. I'm like, all right, I'll support you in the dream. But I know because he inherit a good cooking skills from his dad, you know, and the suegro's good, you know. He didn't run a business for 25 years and not learn anything. Like he knows what he's cooking. He knows what's good products, what to add and what not. So
Yeah.
Roy's like, I have a feeling this is something good. We want to put it out there. And
Yeah.
Yeah, and I got a chance to meet your dad, and your dad said that
Yeah.
he used to play ball, or he used to go watch play
Yeah,
ball, right? And
yeah,
I was
he
like,
used to play
no
ball.
fucking way. Small
Yeah.
city. Everyone plays baseball around here, especially you're from East LA. Let's talk a little bit about like your dad. Like your dad is like when I was there and like kind of picking up the food and like he was serving me and stuff like that. Like he was very like he's kind of quiet, focused on the food. He's just there to do his thing, like treating it like a full-time job, like. And maybe I'll ask this question to Celine. Like, where does he get the showmanship from? Like, is that just something like is his dad low key in the because your dad looks like super quiet, you know?
see, actually, the suegro's quiet, but when he's around people, he doesn't know. When he's in his comfort zone, I'm like, whoa, where did that come from? He's loud. He's super happy. It's just when he doesn't know people, he gets uncomfortable.
Okay.
But the real him comes out real quick.
Okay.
Yeah.
But just, give him a minute and you'll see another side of him.
You will.
Oh, yeah.
You will.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. Cause like I said, you're killing it on Instagram. Like
Yeah,
every video
man.
I see you in, people are taking pictures with you. Like you're just straight
Yeah.
killing it. Like you were like born to be on Instagram. You know what I mean? Like you're doing really, really good. Even today, like even on this is your first podcast ever.
Yeah.
Like you're doing really, really
Thank
good.
you, man. Thank you. Yeah.
Yeah, man.
And
So-
I got a lot of it from my dad. I don't think my dad could speak, man.
Yeah.
You watch him record some videos, he could speak.
Yeah. He loves
man,
that.
he'll
He's
throw a
just
whole-
quiet,
he's
low
just
key quiet.
But
Okay.
my dad takes the food thing really seriously.
Yeah,
know?
he does.
He knows he needs the food to be perfect. That's him. He serves it like he's the one gonna eat that bowl with you. You know.
Yeah.
How long has he been cooking or been?
My
in the
dad's been
game?
cooking for almost 35 years.
Wow.
Yeah, he used to work at Juanito's. Remember back then? He was the main shot right there, man. Juanito was the owner, and he was the chef, and he worked there for 25 years. And he he learned a lot. Anything he makes is amazing. Like, not just menudo, man. He makes some ribs. He makes some carne asada. He makes some salsa.
The good thing is that he actually teaches us all that.
Yeah.
He wants us to learn, because our parents go, they pass on, and there goes the recipes, there goes everything. We recently lost my mom, and she took all her Sinaloense recipes, and I'm like, no. So here I am calling my tias, like, how do you make that white menudo? How do you do this? Because we don't have all that, and that's what my suegro always says, like, no, I want you guys to know. I want my grandchildren to know what I was taught by my mother. Roger's grandmother. I want the tradition to keep going. So he's always like in the kitchen, like, hey, come here, look at what I did. And it's like, really? So it interests us. So here we are.
Yeah. I think it's super important to like keep the culture alive.
Oh yeah.
You know, because every family, every country has their own culture, and it's like super important to keep like your culture alive and pass it on to the next generation, whether they want it or not. Like you kind of have to force it on them and kind of make them be patient with them and kind of give it to them, right? Because I remember like. Even though I was born here, I was born in East LA. So being born in East LA is like being born in Mexico. It's like almost the same thing. So like my first language was always Spanish.
Exactly.
Then we moved to Southgate when I was like 3 or 4. But like preschool, kindergarten, first grade till second grade, I was in ESL, like just speaking nothing but Spanish in school.
Wow.
And like in between second grade to high school, like I lost most of my Spanish, because you get in school and they want to teach you how to write English and all this stuff.
Exactly.
But now as I get older, like I really want to take a step back and get back into my Spanish and then teach my son.
Exactly.
Which is really important, teaching the kids Spanish and then the food and stuff
food,
like that. You can't raise them off, chicken fingers and fries.
No,
you can't, man. No, you can't. You can't.
We're Mexican American, but Mexicans first, right?
Yeah,
that's right.
Exactly.
Mexicans
That's
first.
right. Yep.
So what's like next for you guys? Like, what's your next move? What's your next like thing? Like, what's next for you guys?
Well, actually, what's next is the tamales, man. Tamales are next. You know what I'm saying? Tamales. We're gonna bring back that amazing red tamales, green tamales. They should be coming in October. So for the holidays, you can put your orders in October, and you're gonna have Ali's best tamales, man. Cali's best tamales. That's what I'm gonna name it. Slogan: Cali's best tamales.
Cali's best. It might be world's best.
Yeah, exactly.
That's right.
Where that recipe comes from again, from a famous place that's known for making amazing tamales.
Definitely.
My dad ran the lion's share there. He was the main cook there. So we have that recipe too. So when it's gonna be holiday season, you come to Mr. Menudo Oficial.
Yeah, because tamale is like one of those words that like whether you're American, Mexican, and Chinese, whatever, you know what a tamale is, right? And then south of the border, Mexico, and then even South America, everyone has their own tamales, right?
Right.
What kind of flavors? What makes your tamale different? Like what kind of masa you guys are using? I mean, don't tell me the secrets, but give me an idea. What kind of tamales can I be expecting?
So what you'll be expecting is going to be pork tamales.
Okay.
Right. So we're gonna make also our own in-house masa.
Okay.
I'm working to get all that equipment ready for that. We're gonna make beef.
Okay.
Pork beef, and then we're gonna also have the actual chicken tamales, the green tamales, and then tamales de rajas, which is like Anaheim chili, with cheese. So those are really good. We're also gonna have corn tamales. These are like more of a traditional Sinaloa traditional tamales that are great.
That's right.
That comes from my fiance, and she can elaborate a little bit more on that tamale.
Yeah, I didn't know Sinaloa had their own tamales.
¿Cómo no vas a saber? Come on now.
From Nayarit, homie.
We're neighbors.
You know what? My mom's side, my mom's mom and dad are from Zacatecas, so I know the Zacatecas.
See?
Everything
Exactly.
Zacatecas is like
Puro
familiar to
chile,
me.
puro nopal.
Yeah, bro.
Puro chile.
I cannot eat food without chile no more.
Exactly,
Like, I'm
bro.
cursed.
Yeah. Yeah, but you can elaborate a little bit more on the tamale, the corn one. How is that process?
What it is, it's the actual corn. Pues lo decimos en español, lo cimamos. So el elote, the actual corn, we take it off the cob, and we put it in a special machine that grinds the corn. Mm-hmm. And after we grind it, it makes it into this great liquids, and it pretty much it dissolves the corn, and we add our secret recipes to it. And a lot of people eat that with, a good pico de gallo and some beans on the side.
Okay.
Pero el tamal está, pues, fresco, recién hecho de puro elote, pure corn.
Man, so that's another thing. Like, you guys are gonna have to like put in your orders months in advance. Because man, let me tell you, tamale season in LA is crazy enough.
Exactly.
Then they start tasting the ones from like the OG Juanitos like flavor and everything. It's gonna be crazy.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
Put in your orders now. Pay up front.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? Pay up front, because if not, I'm gonna take your spot. I swear to God.
That's right.
I got like 100. I got 100 already ordered and shit.
That's
what
what's
I'm saying?
up. That's what's up. Yeah. Man.
Then let's talk a little bit about the name, Mr. Menudo. So you have Mr. Menudo Oficial, right?
Right, exactly.
So kind of tell us a little bit of the story of how you guys ended up choosing that name and why you did it for whatever reason. Go ahead and tell us why.
So the name was actually brought up by my fiance. She was the one that came up with the name. I had a couple ideas and we brainstormed, but she was actually the one that came up with the name, and I ran with it, man. I just felt, it was thought out correctly and it just felt good. So she can elaborate more on the Mr. Menudo. How did you come up with it, honey?
Well, I just wanted to give you more like more respectable name, like, Menudo. It comes more from, usually, I don't know, in my mind, it's just, I guess, because the suegro taught us the recipe. So to me, it's like he's a señor. But then I also want to incorporate other ethnicities other than our Mexican American or any Latino community. So I figured instead of, señor, why not Mr.? Give it that, Mr., that señor, vibes to it. And when we were coming up with the actual logo, I thought the mustache, which the bigote was like perfect for it with the hat. I'm like, great. And then Menudo, because I thought Mr. Menudo together would work out in the sense where people know what Menudo is, and the ones that don't get intrigued. So then people like around acquaintances that I have had asked, like, what's Menudo, that are not, in Latino community, that have no idea. They pretty much Google it right away. And even we come out and Google. I'm like, woohoo, they even Google it. So I'm like, it kind of gives it like a 2-for-1. Yeah. So kind of wanted to give it like a señor vibe to it. Pretty much.
Yeah, we wanted to reach every ethnicity out there,
Yeah.
Mexican.
We want everyone to try it, not just our community, but along with other ethnicities. And we've had people come down to my great city in Compton from,
from Fullerton, Bloomington,
from Newport. I'm like,
Alhambra,
what?
Newport, everywhere, Seal Beach. Yeah, people coming from Fontana.
Yeah, I think
people coming from Utah.
Wow.
So yeah,
Utah.
Utah. Yeah, he drove like
Bakersfield,
8 hours, something like that, and
Victorville last Sunday. We had this couple say, "Oh, we came from Victorville." I'm like, "What? Yeah. Here's some extra."
And I
gotta show some love.
I'm like, "¿Quieren más limones?"
And then I had people from Minnesota too. The guy from Minnesota came out, man. I know he was here for family, but then he stopped by, for Easter. But he's like, dude, I came from Minnesota. I've been following you since Minnesota, man. I'm gonna miss your Menudo. I'm going back to Minnesota to the cold weather, but I'm like, oh, well, right here, man. Make more trips towards Cali, and we got you covered right here, man. Mr. Menudo got you.
Right.
Yeah. So let's talk a little bit about what certain situations or times of year, or maybe physical, maybe does Menudo, is it perfect for a hangover? Is it perfect for breakfast? Why? I think one of the biggest things is Menudos are known for a hangover cure, right? And it's probably because of all the ingredients in there, right? You got your or you got your chile to wake you up. It's a broth, so it has like water and stuff like that. I think what people tend to forget or don't know is that Menudo is actually very healthy for you, right?
It is.
Tripe is one of the best types of meat because it's close to the stomach, so it's it's nutrient dense.
Yes.
So don't think that you're over here gonna gain weight by eating the Menudo. It's actually really good for you.
Really well.
Yeah, there's no fat in it. It's super lean, so it's really really healthy for you.
Yeah. So you want to elaborate over that? Yeah. So basically, Mr. Menudo is actually everybody can eat it. You don't have to be for hungover. You don't have to be. It doesn't have to be cold. You can eat it any time of the day. It's really clean Menudo. I know that a lot of people actually come eat the Menudo because they're feeling tired. That gives you great energy, man. You're getting the best of the best. You're getting a lot of meat. You're getting minerals in it, and it's really really powerful, and it'll set you up for the rest of your day to be successful, man. It will. That's right. You'll be ready. You're on it. You don't need to go buy no more other thing. Just get your Menudo. You get ready till probably 4:00 in the afternoon. Knowing the way we serve with the big bowls and a lot of meat, you're ready till 4:00. So that means you don't have to buy 2 meals. You only buy one.
And you want your pata? We got you too.
Nervio también.
Yeah. Well, tell them more about the options, maybe and kind of translate in English and Spanish what it is.
Okay. So
what are your options?
So the options are Menudo. Right. You have the soup with the meat. People actually, we have the option to have add hominy or not hominy. We have hominy on the side. They could add the grano or no grano. Right, and then you could ask for pata, which is a beef foot, and it's really good, really juicy, and also the tendons. The tendon, it's a beef tendon that's really, really rich in flavor, and it's really yummy,
And so popular. A lot of people ask for extra tendon. I'm like, right on,
extra tendon, and it's just really good, Se llama el nervio, pata. Tenemos nervio, pata, and then we have beef feet, and then the tendon. We could add that. We make our menudo separate from the hominy and el grano.
Yeah. Do you guys charge extra to add everything on there?
We do not. We do not. Wow. We're the guys that we don't add extra.
You don't order it with everything on there. You are missing out, man.
Yeah,
every single thing just adds even more and more flavor.
Yeah, more flavor.
Well, see, the thing is, we have those clients that will come and say, no, el menudo no se come con grano. So I'm like, all right, kudos. That's why we have, the option of it. Because it once again, it all depends what state of Mexico you come from.
Exactly.
Where I come from Sinaloa, we do actually white and we add grano to it. That's like it comes the way you cook it, it has it in it. So it all depends, where people. So we have those customers that just want no grano whatsoever. And then those that want extra. So al gusto. Lo servimos al gusto.
Yeah, exactly.
Al gusto means al gusto means have it your way.
Exactly.
That's right.
Yeah.
Have it your way, like Burger King, but better. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
I know you guys got the tamales coming for the holiday season. Hopefully a little bit sooner. Hopefully I'll be one of the taste testers for the tamales. I'm just voluntarily raising my hand right here.
The outlet will be number one.
You know what I'm
try
saying?
them out.
That's right. We'll come to the show and do it again when the tamales are out. You guys are welcome back anytime.
Thank you.
But there's got to come a point, because right now you guys are just a pop-up shop.
Exactly.
But there's got to come a point in time where you guys are thinking about expanding. So is there like a certain, I know you guys are thinking about it. So is there a certain city that catches your eye? What are the people saying? Like, where do you think, where do you think you're going to pop up next? Or maybe a second pop-up? Or you're going straight into a restaurant? What do you guys think?
So what I'm thinking, we've been talking about it lately, and it's going to be, we got to push for actually a restaurant front.
Okay.
And a storefront, a location. And I want to stay in the city of Compton.
Hell yeah.
I want to stay in the city of Compton because they're the one that showed me so much love. And I believe that we have our client base there.
Okay.
It's coming in the near future. I want to keep it close in Compton and just continue to work there, and make sure.
And eventually expand.
Yeah. Expand to multiple locations. I want to make sure that I just don't stay in Compton. I want to be able to have a 2 to 3 locations. I'm thinking Compton, the Valley in San Fernando, and also thinking either in East Los Angeles because that's East Los Angeles.
It's the Mecca.
It's the Mecca of
Little Mexico. Shout out to Little Mexico.
And also that if anything, and I've been getting a lot of requests, a lot of people are asking me to go to the IE.
Wow.
A lot of people asking me to go to the IE.
The Inland Empire.
Inland Empire, but that also comes with a lot of work and having a great team. My team is great. It's a team of three of us, including me, 4. My fiance is one of them. My father's one, and my father-in-law is an angel, man. He's a worker. Like
really?
He's like, a las 4 de la mañana, vámonos. It's time to go to work. So.
He's like a ride or die. You need one of those, man.
Yeah, ride or die. He don't say no to nothing. So we're there, we're working, and we got to expand our team eventually. But we do look to expand in 4 different places, 4 different cities. But first, we're going to get our clientele and stay in actually Compton. And stay in Compton and get recognized in Compton for the great work we're doing.
Nice.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
That's awesome. And then, people are, they hear Compton, they think certain things. Compton, trust me, it's a blue sky, just like anywhere else. Nice clouds. Nothing's gonna happen in Compton.
The same.
Exactly.
Very nice people everywhere you go up and down. So Compton is safe.
I come from there. I'm nice.
Yeah, you see, nice people come from Compton too, man. Come on.
That's right.
Compton is a lot nicer than before, and it's always been a nice city and
always.
very safe. Don't feel threatened. Just make sure you lock your car before you get your motor. Anyway, so you guys popped out of nowhere, major success off the bat.
Yeah.
It's very hard to do that. Say is there somebody that has like maybe a torta recipe or hot dogs, whatever. Like, do you guys have any like tips and tricks or any like words of encouragement for people that are other people that want to start a business and be on and popping like you guys are? For our viewers, maybe drop a little bit of nuggets on this show. We love to give back to the viewers as far as like maybe something they could learn from this experience, whatever you guys learned.
Okay. Well, yeah. Well, the nuggets I could drop on them is like, just gotta just work hard. If you're really, really just thinking about an idea is just an idea. You need to actually just run with it and don't look back. Just don't hold back and go full force. You need to just go with it and change your mentality. Don't let people tell you that you can't do anything in life, because you're never gonna get there. These people that are telling you can't do nothing in life, they're at the same level. They're not doing anything themselves, So what I tell them is gotta work hard. You gotta be a leader, and then you gotta succeed at the end of the day. You gotta work long hours. There's no more like, I'm gonna take an 8-hour nap. No, you gotta sleep 4 hours, wake up the next day and grind, and then don't stop. Just don't stop. That's what I take from this, and that's where I learned, or I think that's where I'm at now, where like I just did nothing stopped me. You know, I work for other restaurants and storefronts, and I don't want to lie, I work for the storefronts, and I would work for them, and I learned a lot. I also encourage a lot of people to get themselves in the position where they could learn, experience, and get there with people that are of course above you, and they're very respected within the industry,
right?
Because that's where I've developed my skills and where I've kept my clientele, because I learned at the butcher shops how to treat people. You know, I learned the hard way. I learned from grinding. I would work Monday through Friday at a corporate job, and then I would work at the meat stores from 8 to like 8 o'clock at night. But I always kept a good weekends. Like I never stopped, and I always kept a good relationship with all those actual owners. But they taught me a lot. So I might recommend you get in there, learn how a business is run. You know, I'm not perfect. I still have a lot to learn, but it's not gonna stop me because that's the kind of person I am. You know, and fiance too. You know, she's a hard worker, and she's developed into a better business owner. You know, before it was more like, oh, I gotta go to work 8 to 5, and I was like, no, that's no longer that no more for us. We got to work 48 hours, no more. Like, so that's what I've done. And that's what I encourage everybody. Just get in somewhere, learn something, get good advice, get a great mentor so they could teach you because that's what you need, you know,
and
stick to it and also get a great support. You know, her support has been amazing. Without her, I don't think I would be where I'm at now, because when I first started the stand, I was a little like, oh, there was things here and there, and she got here and she just changed the whole thing. The whole business went up. That went up.
Behind every strong man is a stronger woman.
Exactly. Right? It just went like, whoop. I was like, Yeah. So, you know, also invest yourself in a great woman, because they're going to help you, you know. That's something you can do too. You know, they're supportive and great people, and just invest in a woman, invest in yourself. Try to become a better version of yourself on a daily basis.
Definitely.
You know, that's what I've done, and that's why I've been successful. Maybe if she wants to elaborate a little bit more how she's been successful within the business and how people have really do like her at the business. They always tend to tell her, oh, you're really nice, really grateful, let's take a picture. They even take pictures with her.
Yeah. Well, I think your fiance Celine, she's a little bit more behind the scenes, but I think she plays just as important role as you do. So what about playing your I'm not saying you're like second in command, but playing the background in the cut that no one really sees, like playing that part. Like what kind of advice would you give to people playing that role?
Just be supportive. You know, I'm his backbone, you know, and you have to know your role in this. And I'm just there for him. Like any suggestions, it's like he takes it. I'm the person that's out there just, you know, giving him the advice. It just comes natural. That's how we're a good team. We're a good team because he takes constructive criticism, and I'm so good at giving it. And it's just, I genuinely, I'm like, no, you did this wrong. And the thing is that I also, when we're out there in our pop-up stand, you know, I let him, you know, handle the clients, let him do all that. And I'm in the back making sure everything's organized. My dad and my suegro is serving, and my dad's in the tables and whatnot. But mainly it's being that support system for him, being his backbone, like, and just not giving up. There's days, you know, we're tired. Yeah, we want to, you know, go out, go do this. But guess what? Right now it's time to grind. Yeah. And we're not interested in nothing other than making it to the top.
Make it to the top. And I think that makes us the difference between all the competition, you know, because we put our business first. You know, put our business first, and we make sure that every bowl that everybody's eating, it's at top notch, you know, it's top notch, and it's that great, amazing taste every single time.
Yeah. I think I hear that a lot in your posts, or when people repost you guys or shout you guys out. It's like they're like the flavor. Oh my God, best menudo ever, better than my grandma, better than my tia. Like I keep hearing the same thing over, and I think it's just the attention to detail is one of the major nuggets that's really important for you guys. That you guys are very detail oriented.
Exactly.
And I think it shows in like the success and in the flavor of the menudo, which is super awesome. So, like I said, like you guys are straight killing it right now. Yeah. Just like keep going. I love to see my friends like prosper and do great. So if you guys ever need anything from me, let me know.
Thank you.
But I'll probably be there this weekend on Saturday. Getting myself another bowl of that delicious menudo. And I'm gonna try everything this time. Put everything on there.
Yeah, and before we go I want to say thank you to all the actual clients that have stopped by and showing love to us. The support we gotten from the city of Compton, city of Southgate, Linwood, Paramount, everywhere has been amazing. I know I don't know everybody's names, but I just want to say thank you to them that they see this podcast. Thank you, the Lit Outlet, for having us today. It's been amazing.
That's right.
I learned a lot from this interview, and Celine has also learned too, my fiance. Where we stand now, before it was just like, oh, I haven't accomplished much, but now I see going back where we're going over what we've accomplished. We did quite a lot.
Yeah, sometimes I mean, you can stop and smell the roses sometimes.
Yeah, a little bit, yeah. But yeah, there's a lot more
to get back on
get.
your horse.
There's a lot to get.
There's a lot more work to get done,
Definitely.
because we want to get to the mecca of being that king of tamales. I felt that tradition is slowly going down a little bit. Like the tradition is no longer there. We want to bring that tradition back, but with a more modern look.
Yeah.
And keep that amazing traditional taste on the tamales and the menudo.
Yeah.
And we're gonna incorporate a little bit other foods that we have there. We're working on our menu.
Yeah, that's awesome. I mean, I can't wait to see what's next for you guys.
Yeah.
Just in case these guys want to find you guys, are you guys on Facebook, Instagram? Where can they find you on social media?
So we're actually on Instagram at Mr. Menudo Oficial. We're on Facebook at Mr. Menudo Ofi, and we're actually on Facebook again at Mr. Menudo Oficial. You can check us out on the LA Times as Mr. Menudo Oficial, LA Times, and you can see this article you see up here in the front. So you can find us at those 3 locations. You could also find us at our location at 15323 Atlantic Avenue, the city of Compton, 8 o'clock in the morning every Saturday and Sunday.
Be there at 8 o'clock.
Be
I swear
there.
to God, it's going to run out
Or
quick.
hey, if you're old fashioned, you just want to pick up the phone and call.
Okay.
Why not just call us 323-448-6894?
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. You still got the landline
Yeah,
rocking?
Yes. Just a call.
We got it.
That's
man.
awesome,
But yeah.
man. So, like I said, like much success to you guys. I wish you guys
Thank you.
a lot of success. I
Thank
wish you guys
you.
the best.
Yeah.
I know you guys are going to do a lot of great things.
We are. Hopefully.
Thank you guys for coming. I really appreciate you guys coming on the show. Like I said earlier, I think we're gonna have you guys again right before the tamales come out.
Great. Okay.
Just so we can
Yes.
bring the tamales. Me and Money Mike over here.
We got
can
to
taste,
sample them, huh?
Sample.
we can taste the tamales and shit. Just to make sure it's perfect for you guys out there. You know
Okay.
what I'm saying? So
Yeah,
thank you guys for
great.
coming.
No, thank you.
Thanks you guys for
having us.
watching. Make sure you guys go follow these guys on Instagram. Go taste the menudo. You guys will not regret it. Definitely worth every single penny that you guys are gonna pay. Thanks to everybody that's gonna watch this. Make sure you guys share this. Thank you so much, and see you guys later.